There is one notable thing though. We had an actual lever from Impact who is now being sought out by WWE. Uh,
Ooh.
One Tessa Blanchard, which is interesting because WWE was recently reported WWE were looking to free themselves of difficult talent, and now they show interest in Tessa Blanchard, and you're kind of like, huh, what? Uh, these two things don't work. These two statements are diametrically opposed.
Yeah. One of these is not like the other.
Yeah. So we have rumors that Tessa Blanchard is being very heavily sought out by WWE. They put feelers out for her, and Tessa Blanchard has reciprocated interest as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I know
because Fightful reported AEW wouldn't try to bring her in, although Big Swole spoke out on social media. Said that Tessa's best move would be to go to AEW because she can grow there, and her father, who's a pastor, is there to guide her spiritually. Her words, not mine. But I feel like AEW is a little bit more sensitive about stuff like that. I wouldn't put it past them to hire her at all, but maybe like in the current climate, I don't think that's the headlines they want to make. Although they could need a good woman for their roster. So,
this is the thing: they need women. They need good women. They need good women who can bolster that division heavily. But I feel like even at there, I think AEW are very particular who they bring in because they don't want people who are difficult. Like AEW have always said, like we want people who want to work with us. We don't want people who are going to make our lives any more difficult than it needs to be because they already have a lot on their shoulders. It's a new company, and they may have a lot of financial backing with the cons, but that's not a factor. They need to have a company that is a well-oiled machine that will not financially drain them. This is not WCW with Ted Turner, where Eric could just always get the checkbook out and write ludicrous amounts of money on it and buy whoever they want. This is a more sensible individual with the checkbook in hand because it's his money. It's not someone spending his money for him. It's a total different beast. And with Tessa Blanchard having these rumored difficulties, especially in relation to Impact recently, it does beg why we do need a stronger women's division in AEW. It does beg the question: do we want to put up with people who are going to make life hell for the people involved?
Yeah, and I don't think AEW will go that route. WWE will. They don't have any morals.
They don't care because like they're too big to. They could probably. I feel like Tessa Blanchard felt confident doing what she did in Impact because Impact was a smaller company. I feel like she wouldn't have that same confidence in WWE.
Apparently she's been very hard to work with at the Mae Young Classic she's been at 2 years ago.
That's interesting. I think that the Mae Young Classic, I don't think she was signed, was she? It was just a per appearance, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, maybe her ego has even grown since then because female world champion of Impact and stuff.
Yeah, which is interesting because WWE have no interest in a female holding their top belts in the male division. So, to some extent, this is almost a backtrack for her as well, because she's been a world heavyweight champion, not a women's world heavyweight champion. She's been a world champion, and WWE won't do that. I'm wondering, does this bode well for her? Because it does seem like a bit of a step down. Like, I don't think AEW would do it either, but I feel like AEW would at least have more interesting creative things to do where we know that the very glass ceiling is going to be a women's world championship. Maybe they'll do something where they give her like all 3 fucking belts or something just to kind of satiate that.
I guess if I was her, maybe take the paycheck after leaving Impact. If WWE offers you big money, you might as well take it for now.
Yeah, take the money.
I mean, with her attitude, she could be released soon, so she can have creative freedom again. This is her rumored attitude. Okay.
Yes, this is the thing as well. Though, if she's been fired from Impact, and I think maybe this is where she realizes that she has to maybe play ball a bit better because her options are now limited.
we're big time in speculation station here. So
That's true. That's fair. But sure, we'll leave it there. Is there any